Welcome back to another weekly update. As you can see, the patio table and chairs are still in the garage. That's what happens in Wisconsin. You get 80 degrees in February, and then you get snow at the beginning of May. What can I say? That's how Wisconsin works. So, instead, we left the patio table in here. The car gets its free car wash every day almost, and I can still barbecue and relax. I was thinking of pulling the teardrop trailer in here, putting some fake grass on the ground, and hey, now we got ourselves a little at-home camping. How about that? So, let's see, what do we got for this week? Oh, this is episode 59. And first, before we begin, I will say the Tesla private factory tour will be on June 2nd for me. Me and Shaolei will be going, as well as a shout out to Amy and Jerry. They will be attending with us. They live about 20 miles south of me here, and so we'll all be flying to San Francisco and attending that private tour. And depending on what non-disclosure agreements they make us sign will determine if we will be able to film or not film. And hopefully we can film. If we can film, I will be live streaming. I already have been told there will be no pictures allowed or video allowed of the Model 3 that will be on display. It will be the production version Model 3. I'm hoping that we'll be able to record and or stream the question and answer session with Franz. And I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name. So without further ado, I will do more updates on that as we get nearer the date. And let's just cover the weekly update. You can now upgrade your software limited 60 or 70 Model S to a 75. It is $2,000 to upgrade a 60 or $500 to upgrade a 75. That's a no-brainer, and I'd be surprised if Tesla doesn't lower the price to do this with the original 40s sometime soon. And that does include a badge update on the back. Model S 75 price cut, $5,000 to $65,500. Elon says next generation Roadster will be a convertible. Let's see, hazardous material spill at Gigafactory prompted a evacuation about a week ago. 100Ds and 100DLs see price increase by $5,000. Ouch. GM executive is a little butthurt. Tesla's worth more than GM now. It's kind of funny. Labor unions still pressuring to unionize Tesla. If they succeed, I foresee much higher prices for their vehicles and even lower quality than we have seen before. Let's see, Tesla has applied for permits for Irish showrooms. Ooh. Faulty parking brake. There is a recall in Teslas built between February to October of 2016. This one was built in January, so my 90D is fine. At least I hope it is. We'll find out, but and that's for 2016 model years. If yours is covered by the recall, you should have already received a notice. If you are unsure or think you might have accidentally tossed it or missed your notice, don't hesitate to contact Tesla Service Center to ask them, and they can look it up for you. Tesla app update allows Powerwalls to... Tesla app update allows Powerwalls to be monitored via the Tesla app. So if you have one, you can now monitor your car and your Powerwall via the Tesla app. Massive expansion planned of supercharging network for 2017. Tesla is looking to double its supercharging footprint this year alone. That includes increases in stalls at existing locations, especially ones that see extreme use. Madison, Wisconsin, only 3 stalls, sometimes 6 to 10 car wait. As well as new locations. In fact, we're getting one right here in Milwaukee. Looks like they are no longer just focusing on long distance travel, but also looking at filling in the spaces inside cities too for destination charging now, as well as those that just don't have available charging at their home. Say apartment dwellers or condo dwellers that don't really have a dedicated space or would not be permitted to install charging of some sort, or it might not even just be economically feasible to do so. And I think the reason why they're not hesitating to switch to this or start doing this is because of the disappearance now of the unlimited supercharging. Likewise, I mean, existing, ones that have. Sorry, I need my fidget today. A little over-caffeinated. Existing unlimited supercharging cars get to keep it, but now everything new moving forward is limited. At least the Model S's and X's are limited to 400 free kilowatt hours a year, which is about the equivalent, roughly, of 1,000 miles of driving, or 1,200-ish kilometers of driving, or about 300 or 400 if you're towing a trailer. This is a shout out to Bjorn, because I doubt he would be able to afford to do Nimber anymore if he had to pay for the excess kilowatt hours. So I think that's why. It's because now people are actually going to be paying for it, so having local squatters hogging up superchargers is going to be less likely. They're more likely just to grab what they need and go, and not try and save $5 or $10. Of course, hanging out at the local supercharger might be, something fun for the kiddies to do, meet and greet with others. Tesla Autopilot VP David Nister moves to a new job at Nvidia. Tesla is reworking Authorized body shop program. I have mixed feelings on this. The existing Tesla body shop program has highlighted the poor quality of many of their chosen body shops. Not all of them, but there's a lot of horror stories and a lot of bad work being done. And now, on top of it, Tesla is going to try and expand this greatly. Expansion's good, but they're going to be shifting or allowing online Tesla repair classes instead of needing to fly and spend a couple weeks at the Tesla factory for training. So I'm a little hesitant about that, at least with the electrical systems, but that's really not too bad. Here's where I have the problem. They're going to be using iCar certifications for certain parts of it. Now, iCar is it's i-car. It's a training program that travels all around the country, and you basically go there, you take a couple classes to learn how to do stuff, and that's it. Let's put it this way. I have almost 20 iCar certifications. Yes, I do. And I still wouldn't trust myself touching a Tesla. Personally, the whole iCar experience was a joke, to the point where iCar actually refunded our entire shop almost $10,000 in fees that we had paid them, just because their program was that much of a joke. It's more or less sponsored by the insurance companies to play favorites of who they will pay out more or less to fix your car. I'm not going to get into big details on that, but it is really a complete joke. You sit in a classroom for 2 hours, you take a test that's not even graded, or maybe it actually was graded. Every one of the tests I took, I think I got a 96% or higher on. And to tell you the truth, I didn't even pay attention in the classes. I just kind of played on my phone the whole time, and I still passed with a 96%. And I don't do body work or anything on cars, except chief nitpicking officer when I had my old shop. Find all the flaws, make sure they're all corrected, and everything's done right. There weren't many, but the ones there were, I find it, which is why I can find all the flaws on these Teslas. So I think the iCar certifications are going to be a complete joke and cause even more quality issues with the body shop program. Model X now able to upgrade from a 60 to a 75D for $4,500. This is again for software limited packs. Snoopy Dog gets a Model X. Elon meets with Chinese Vice Premier Wang Yan. It's not Wang Yang, it's Wang Yan. Okay. For private talks about the Tesla-Chinese relationship because of the vastly, quickly growing populace of Teslas in China. They are now the go-to high-end car. I even have Xiaolei's uncle looking at getting a Model 3. He works for a bank. Let's see. And we got first sneak peeks of electric semi-trucks. And that's all I'm going to cover for this video. More coming the end of the week. And it's also Vinny's birthday the end of this week. The little peanut is turning 9 years old, although he's still a tiny little man. So the little troublemaker is going to be 9 years old. So please wish him, the little guy, a happy birthday. And let's see. Some other things coming up. Well, I already covered the... Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got the private tour at the Fremont factory. And we have my annual barbecue coming up. Detailed video on that is coming up. I'm going to film that actually right after here. So watch that video once I got it online. And also, Automotion in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin is, excuse me, coming up on the weekend of the 19th. So, if you're interested in cruising one of the country's largest car shows, and it basically takes over the entire city of Wisconsin Dells, which is also the biggest tourist city in the Midwest United States, hit me up, and I can recommend a place to stay, Sandrift Resort, SANDRIFT resort.com. Also, high-powered wall stations are available for charging. It's 20 miles south of Mauston Supercharger, and there is going to be a lot of car stuff. I used to have my annual BBQ on that weekend, but that was a big mistake because we could never do anything BBQ related because there were just so many cars. So the BBQ's moved to June 10th now. Adios.